Hi guys, this is Teacher Ricky at Trimex Colleges and welcome to the Personal and Career Development series of vlogs. We'll be discussing how to be a better person, how to get a job and help you advance in your present career. We'll give you tips and practical advice that you can use now and every day. We will teach you how to save, invest, and introduce you to new ways to create wealth in this new normal. We will also interview industry experts and leaders in their field who could help you navigate your future careers. Please like and subscribe. Share to your friends and family members, especially those who need encouragement and just that slight push to do better every day. Now this vlog will focus on your careers, your future careers, and what the industry leaders are looking for in fresh graduates. We will be talking about and discussing how our guests reach their careers, the skill sets and attitudes that help them make them who they are now. They will also advise you, students, what they are looking for, not only for new applicants, but also as a person who will advance and thrive in their organizations. We will be interviewing two special friends of mine. We entered the University of the Philippines Diliman at the same time and stayed in the same dormitory, Kalayaan dorm, for 1 year. Now, these two women are leaders in their respective careers and have the heart to impart their knowledge without filters to us today. Now, first, let me introduce Miss Jill Bausago. She's Vice President of Get Entertained Tribe of Globe Telecoms Incorporated. She's been working for Globe since 2003. Now our second guest is Nilda Bayani. She is the Head of Human Resources Management of ABS-CBN Corporation. She has over 25 years of experience in the human resource management. She is a graduate of BS Psychology and holds a master's degree in Labor and Industrial Relations in the University of the Philippines Diliman. Jill, can you please introduce yourself and what you do specifically?
Hello kids, I'm Jill. In Globe, I handle the partnership portfolio for content business. It's a fancy term, but basically we handle the partnerships with the likes of Netflix, Spotify, gaming partnerships, and I think you might be interested to know also, even the social networking partnerships are with me, like Facebook, TikTok, etc. So the fun stuff, but typically what people use or what they're passionate about.
Okay, Nilda, what do you do specifically in your organization?
So I'm the head of HR of ABS-CBN. So as head, of course, I take care of the employee group of ABS. Make sure that there's high engagement. We do programs that will ensure that uh, uh, they are successful in what they do, and in turn make the company successful as well.
Okay, so for my first question is, what did you take in college and how did that help you in your present career?
Ano yan, magandang journey yan. Hindi ko alam kung dapat itong gayahin mga kids, pero I guess we were lucky enough to just have the average smarts in terms of, let's say, being able to pass tests, etc. But it's never the academic kind. I did not even go through honor rolls, etc. Siguro I've only had one best in conduct in my life. After high school, we were lucky enough, the three of us were lucky enough to land a spot in UP Diliman. No? And I think we all had the time of our lives in UP Diliman. I started out as BSBA or BS in Business Administration. It was a quota course, so I thought I was jumping for joy na how did I ever land a quota course? Because hindi ako masyado nag-aaral, I almost fell out of college because hindi ko ma-meet yung requirements ng average ng BSBA because you had to maintain a certain average, not very high, but I guess because I wasn't very academic, I was just coasting along. So I shifted out and I ended up in tourism, BS tourism, because it was the closest management related course I could find. Honestly, because I didn't know what I want. I just knew I wanted the 4-year course diploma and a degree. So I thought tourism was as best as any because I didn't have a very strong opinion in terms of, let's say, what I wanted. Gusto ko lang ng management related. I basically wanted the basics of business only. Para it's very loosely translated, I can go to any industry. Foundational lang ang habol ko. Yan. So again, it's not very highfalutin, but I wanted lang to equip myself with a well-rounded education, and I think UP gave me that.
How about you, Nilda? What did you take in college?
Yeah. So when we were in high school, we were advised to make sure that we end up in UP. I was advised, to put down non-quota courses.
Oh.
So I put down geology. True enough, I got into geology. Mahirap pala, ang daming physics.
Because of my mom. Did you know that it was because of my mom?
Yes.
My mom was the first Filipina geologist in the Philippines. Also from UP. And she gave a talk in our school. Nilda and I were classmates. So, na-impress yata siya, nalagay niya geology.
After a SEM, after a year, realizing na I wouldn't make this, it's so difficult na. So I had to transfer to psychology, which was better kasi it's not that difficult kasi you deal with concepts. And it was perfect because I didn't have any study habits. So back then, I would only study and the night before any exam.
What not to do, Kram.
Eventually, I graduated psychology, and then all of us in my psych class or my group of friends took the NMAT. It's kind of like I don't know what you call NCEE now. So it's an exam that it's a requirement for you to take before you enter med school. So everyone, all of us took the NMAT, and I passed, and then we all applied in PGH in all of the med schools. Unfortunately, PGH can only take a few of us. I didn't end up in PGH. I ended up in UERM. Pero again, since I didn't have any study habits, mahirap pala ang med. Mahirap pala ang med. So after a month, I dropped out already. It was difficult. I have friends in HR who finish industrial relations. Iba-iba. May mga nurse, iba-iba. So even if your course is psych or whatever, any course, you can still end up in HR. As long as you learn on the job. It's not you're not parang limited with your course in college.
Yeah.
Okay, for my next question, what was your first job?
I've only had 2 jobs in my life. But I think in both of my jobs, I stayed long enough to learn the different dynamics of the business. And tama what you choose as your first job will shape you. So my first job was a sales job for a company called Sky Cable. So I think it gave me the fundamentals of what I know today because it was selling. Ganon. So selling a product is very, I guess, character forming because it gives you the humility to learn how to deal with different types of people. No? Diba? So whoever you deal with, whether it's an individual or a corporate account, it was for me a very, very good experience because I learned how to deal with people and really closing what's the motivation of the person buying, diba? Para you anchor on that motivation. At the end of the day, you walk out with a fat check kasi nagbayad na siya. No? So whether it's insurance, I encourage people to take a look at, let's say, their aptitude for selling. So yung mga mahiyain, tapon nyo na yung hiya nyo because that's not gonna get you anywhere. And I think sales is a very good foundation of, let's say, what you need to learn in any industry, whether it's online selling, right? It's really understanding the needs of people, what motivates them. And all businesses are basically built on revenues, diba? And revenues are from sales. Yan. So isipin niyo yan. So my job was sales, and then I moved to a function that's quite different in terms of, let's say, program development or programs buying. Again, from my experience of selling, binaliktad, I'm now a buyer. Ganon. So it's so easy for me to buy because that's intrinsic to everybody. But if you knew how to sell before, right? If you're now suddenly the buyer, you know how to negotiate because you know the motivation of the person you're buying from is to sell to you, di ba? So bottom line, baliktarin mo lang siya. So I became a buyer. And those series of experiences actually led to my foundation. In terms of what I do today, I'm basically still buying. Diba? So I'm basically buying partnerships or products, diba? With the end goal in mind to reselling them to the end customer. Diba? So it's good to understand how to package your product. That's the marketing piece. So if you're at a loss in terms of, let's say, what do I want to do? I suddenly have a diploma, but where do I start? Selling is as good as any because all of the industries would look for hungry salespeople in any job that you have. So kahit na, I guess, hindi mataas ang grades mo, nagbulakbul ka, start from scratch. Pakita mo na masipag ka. Make sure you're productive wherever you go.
My first job was in a conglomerate. So I started out, I started out in one aspect of HR. So I was in charge of recruitment. And then because of that rotation program, I moved from one company to another in that same conglomerate. So it's also important if there's a program like that in the company for you to take advantage of it. Make your experience more diverse. You're not limited only with your existing surroundings, environment. So by moving to different jobs, different companies will strengthen and enhance your skills. Yeah, parang it's not, and it's also good for your mental health. You're not doing the same job forever. What we focus on, lalo na yung mga fresh grad, is not the college actually. So if you're a fresh grad, we look for parang critical incidents, how you did well, how you did when you were in college. Ask for situations. Kunwari lang, if I'm interviewing you and you're a fresh grad, I'll ask if you belong in an organization. If you were faced with a situation, you had to deal with a complex problem, what do you do? So kahit na in a school setting, to handle that complex situation. So kahit na nasa school, kahit na fresh graduate ka, malalaman natin na hindi ka lang, you're not limited only in, you're just not focused on getting good grades. Kasi that's just one aspect. We also want to find out if you have the resilience. Kasi lalo na kapag fresh grad, syempre, the working environment is pretty new. So ang hinahanap namin is someone who would be able to adapt, learn quickly on the job, and if faced with difficulties, is someone who can learn from it and and move on. Hindi, I will not wallow in pity. Parang I'll dust myself off and then do the job. Yun yung hinahanap namin. Hindi yung yak na lang ako on the side and then. So yun yung mga hinahanap namin kahit na fresh grad. We're not so much particular on the course unless it's a requirement of the job. Like if the requirement of the job is you're a licensed engineer, of course, we would look for an engineer. Pero kung kunwari a job involved in marketing, hanapin namin is meron ka bang potential in being creative, looking at things differently. Sometimes hindi yun natututo in school.
What skills help you in your present career?
For me, it's the ability to deal with difficult personalities. I guess while I would always emphasize humility should be key, meaning wag mong feeling alam mo lahat, but have the confidence to say what you know, diba? But also it's the confidence of dealing 360, whether it's your CEO or your peer or a person that reports to you. But I think it's the ability to manage the challenges, whether it's a personal, kasi minsan you deal with a lot of difficult people. In hiring, that's what I look for. Nilda was saying, no, I changed my tactic over time in terms of my interviews with the kids. Kasi una, ang bias mo, titignan mo yung eskwela. Tapos titignan mo yung grades, sino yung president ba siya ng student council or ng organization niya, etc. Because it's not about being the president, but it's the ability to say this person can manage multiple tasks beyond the academics. Diba? Ability to deal with projects, programs on top of the BAU. And your BAU is your academics. Diba? So in any role, whether it's a leadership role or not, kahit rank and file ka, pwede ka mag-show ng potential eh. So that's the starting point, but not the only point. But more importantly, recently, because I see a lot of churn, and churn means we hire the best people, tas in 2 years alis na siya. That's, for me, ayoko naman maging parang school of Globe Telecom. Di ba? Na parang, while I think what's very good to hire academically inclined people that's very self-starters. It's not about the pera or the market share today because that can change tomorrow. Paano kung bumagsak ang market share tomorrow? Ay, lipat na lang ako sa smart kasi mas malaki. Then you lost the opportunity. You look for people who will stay, right, to make Globe the greener pasture. So I asked their motivation. Why do you want to join Globe? Then if the motivation is real, I look at, let's say, the personality of the person. Nahihiya ba siya? Kasi lalo na ngayon, online tayo. Pag mahiya ka, no one knows your thoughts. Diba? Kahit ang dami mong alam, if you don't say what you mean or what you think, kahit mali, right? Patay. So, kailangan very articulate yung person. So, I guess, practice ka with your friends, ganun. Kasi mahirap naman yung kakausapin mo yung tipong feeling mo, nanay age na, tapos you're very comfortable with the person. Medyo nahihiya ka din, especially kung po at opo ang culture natin, di ba? You can still be respectful, but you need to be, I guess, know how to connect. So yun yung mga hinahanap ko. It's the motivation, the honesty of the person, and the ability to connect and say their thoughts.
Ikaw naman, Nils.
Relate with different types of personalities. Kasi that's the most actually difficult part of work eh. More than half of your day is spent dealing with them. So you would have to be able to navigate. Para din siyang society eh, iba-ibang klase ng tao eh. So the ability to navigate within the organization, that will give you an edge. Kasi kung kunwari, you're just content in your small corner, you will not learn. And of course, ang kailangan din natin is yung merong resilience talaga, the resiliency factor ang hinahanap namin. So in our industry, like alam niyo naman ng showbiz, meron kaming some people start out as production assistants. So kahit na you're very good in school, na atenista ka, taga Lasal ka, pero you don't have humility na, oy, I'm new to the job, I need to learn. Hindi ka magtatagal. Kasi sometimes you need to do stuff na, oy, hindi ako pinag-aral ng 4 na taon just to do this. But that's part of the job eh. And kahit na it's something menial, it teaches you something. So you would need that humility na I need to learn this.
Gawin kang secretary or pagbuhatin ka or pagkabitan ka ng tarp, whatever, di ba? So, it's, importante yun. That you are, nothing is beneath you. Kasi yung iba, very self-entitled.
Yes.
Yung mga mayaman na from international school, hindi mo pwede utusan. Ganon. Parang I've encountered kids na may mga intern kami from IS na it's break time. Ano break time? Ako nga hindi ko are not entitled to anything. Di ba? Wherever you are in the organization. So, maganda nga yung example ni Nilda, di ba? The high executives of ABS, nag-umpisa cameraman, PA, di ba?
Oo. Kasi
Santos was what?
Yung production process, you have to go through it. They
Tama.
will start out as parang finance officers. Hindi sila kaagad-agad nilagay in that position because they need to learn the rudiments of the entire organization. So how will you learn kung hindi ka mag-start in that particular function?
So, it doesn't matter kung menial job ka ngayon, di ba? But you learn something new every day, or kahit sabihin mo ang learning mo is to become patient. Importante yun, ah. Lalo na kung hindi ka patient na tao.
Now, what advice can you give the new graduates to be successful in their future careers?
Parang nawawala sa akin yung loyalty to the institution, to your company. Parang, the commitment.
Malasakit.
Oo, na sana naman. To me, kasi it's not a job only.
Yes.
So, kunwari, if you join ABS, sana naman you also latch on to the mission of ABS na we're in the service of the Filipino anywhere of the world. So, sana naman that you resonate with that one. So, para naman sa'yo, it's not just the money.
Yes.
Oo. Sana you take to heart na ito talaga yung mission of ABS.
As I said, you have to connect and believe in the vision and the mission of the company and make it your purpose. Kasi hindi to job, it's your purpose. This life is short. I hope you find something that connects with your purpose. So tanungin mo muna, ano yung gusto mong gawin sa sarili mo? Be honest before you go job hunting. If you don't know, then start with a very, very basic. Yun yung problem kasi baka hindi mo alam eh. Start with a very basic, what do you want to do first, diba? What do you think is a productive use of your time? Para kahit pa paano may connect naman.
Okay guys, this is just part 1 of the interview. Now part 2 will be on our next vlog, so please make sure you are subscribed so you will not miss a thing. I hope you're encouraged and motivated and eager to use the ideas and concepts that we have discussed today in this vlog. Remember to subscribe and hit that notification button so that you may know when we upload new vlogs. Like and share this vlog with people who you think can benefit from the topic we discussed today. Now please message me and comment below, especially if you want me to tackle new topics that you want to learn. Now thank you and goodbye, and I hope to see you in our next vlog.